Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to remind po everyone na tayo ay live via YouTube. I'll be putting the link sa ating chat box. So welcome po for the DICT Tech4ED Quezon's third webinar series. I'll, I'll be stating po the Republic Act number 10844 that is in line with our webinar. The RA aims po to promote digital literacy, ICT expertise, and knowledge building among citizens to enable them to participate and compete in an evolving ICT age. Next slide, please. My name is Kevin Matthew Dijinko po, and I'll be your webinar moderator for today's webinar. Thank you. Before we start po, let's have an opening prayer and the singing of national anthem.
Let us pray. Lord Jesus, as we enter this training hall, we bring your presence with us. We speak your peace, your grace, and your perfect order into the atmosphere of the session room. We acknowledge your lordship over all that will be spoken, thought, decided, and accomplished within these walls. Lord Jesus, we thank you for the gifts you have given to each one of us. We do not take them lightly, but commit in using them responsibly and well. Give us a fresh supply of truth and beauty to which we draw our strength in doing our job. Anoint our creativity, our ideas, and our energy so that even our smallest tasks may bring you honor. Lord, when we're confused, guide us. When we're weary, energize us. Lord, when we're burnt out, infuse us with the light of your Holy Spirit. May the work that we do and the way that we do bring hope, life, and courage to all that we come into contact with. And Lord, even in these days, most stressful moments, may we rest in you. In your strong and powerful name we pray. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Bayang magiliw, pero sa silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, buyan ka ng magiliw, sa manlulubi, di ka masisingil, sa lahat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mo kamay, ay ilang ang tula at awit sa paglayang nilalaan. Ang isang ng watawat mo'y nagumpay na nagiging, ang pituring at harap niya kailan magpalik magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng maraming pagsita, layalangin sa likod. Aming ligaya dapat may mamagin, ang lahat ay nagdahil sa'yo.
So we have here our third in Tech4ED's Quezon webinar series entitled Developing an ICT Career, the Basic of Building Your Online Professional Career. The objectives of this webinar are: the Tech4ED project provides access points for individuals and communities to bridge the digital and education divide. It promotes grassroots development and opportunities for inclusive growth and poverty reduction. Ang webinar po na ito ay nag-aim na i-raise ang level of awareness of the public on the importance of ICT or Information and Communications Technology. Lastly, help educate, empower, and promote the ICT to individuals in the countryside by promoting digital literacy. Ito po ang ating mga guidelines sa ating Zoom Meet. First, reminder po, if this webinar is recorded for documentation purposes and tayo po ay nag-stream nga po sa YouTube. na sinend ko po sa ating chat box ang link. Next po is turn off your microphones and camera if it's not necessary. Also, do not share your screen or do any annotations. Observe proper decorum and etiquette. Kung mayroon po tayong mga katanungan, ay maaari natin gamitin ang ating chat box. Certificates will be provided to those who have attended the full duration of webinar and answered the post-evaluation form. I-open po natin ang ating post-evaluation form bago matapos ang ating webinar. Please input po your valid and active email address when filling out the post-evaluation form. Hanggang 6 o'clock lamang po ito. Di na po tayo makakatanggap after 6 p.m. At kung nais nyo pong panoorin muli ang replay ng webinar, you may visit this link projected in your screens. So here is our attendance form po for our participants here in Zoom. You need to fill up po the attendance form to ensure na umattend po tayo sa ating webinar. So here is the mandate and function of the Department of Information and Communications Technology, wherein the ICT shall be the primary policy, planning, coordinating, implementing, administrative entity of the executive branch of the government that will plan, develop, and promote the National ICT Development Agenda in accordance to the Republic Act number 10844. And here po are the programs of the ICT. To name a few, we have the Tech4ED, Free Wi-Fi for All, EPBLS or Electronic Business Permit and Licensing System, Government Emergency Communication Systems, and among others. To start our webinar po, may I welcome you all to the ICT Luzon Cluster 2 Regional Director, Engineer Reynaldo TC.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining our webinar on the basic of building your online professional career. It's nice to see na interested kayo sa multi-million-dollar online professional work. Tama po, online professional work is a million-dollar industry. Hindi po basta-basta ang kinikita sa online work. Mostly dollar po. Kaya ina-advocate talaga ng aming departamento itong digital job or online professional work. Especially sa mga area na walang ganang employment opportunities. Like sa mga province, kasi kailangan mo lang computer, internet, at importantly, skills o karunungan. At pwede ka na kumita ng dollars. Kahit sa bahay ka lang. Naka-work from home ka na, hindi mo na kailangan pa mag-abroad. Hindi mo na kailangan pang iwan ng family mo, especially sa mga parents. So kaya pwede ka rin maging OFW na kumikita ng dollars kahit nasa Pilipinas o bahay ka lang. Hindi nga lang OFW na overseas Filipino workers, kundi yung OFW version 2 na tinatawag namin online Filipino workers. That's why we're advocating and talagang pinopromote this online professional career, not only for those without work, but also for those na need additional work or income. We are sure that after this seminar, you will be encouraged to look at the possibility of going online professionally. Thank you at magandang umaga po sa ating lahat.
Maraming salamat po, Engineer Reynaldo TC, for the opening remarks. So now, I'll be introducing our speaker for this afternoon's webinar. She's a mom of 2 wonderful kids and a work-from-home mommy. She is also a multilingual freelancer specializing in translations, customer service, digital marketing, and e-commerce for MSMEs and professionals for more than 3 years now. She started from scratch in freelancing. No tools, no people, connections, no equipment. With her dedication and perseverance to learn more about the online workforce community, she dedicated a lot of her time and efforts to be the successful freelancer she is today. She now enjoys the perks of being a freelancer, mom who can stay at home and take care of her family while earning a lot from her work. With her experiences in working with different nationalities and different projects, she started to believe in the advocacy of helping other people to start their online professional career. Today, she is a DICT certified trainer for Digital Jobs PH program in General Virtual Assistance, Social Media Marketing, and E-commerce for MSMEs and online professionals. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Miss Maria Cristina D. Rebenque.
Hi, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Naririnig po ba ako, sir?
Yes po, ma'am.
Ayan. So let me share my screen. Let's start right away because this will be a jam-packed afternoon for every one of you. Sana yung cooperation natin and sana makinig lahat because I know that you learn a thing or two in what will I be discussing this afternoon, okay? So I'll be sharing my screen. Okay, kita na po yung screen ko.
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, so let's start. So again, my name is Maria Cristina Rebenque, and I will be discussing this afternoon the basics of building your online professional career. So without further ado, let's start. Okay, so in this webinar, you are expected to learn what is online industry, what is an online professional, what are the equipments do you need to start, what are the attitudes that you should possess for you to be able to be a successful freelancer or an online professional. And this is very important, this part, the online professional starter bundle, okay? And I will be also discussing the basic online tools that you need to know, okay? So, okay, for a little introduction about myself, again, I am Maria Cristina Rebenque. You can call me Maria. I am originally from Santa Cruz, Laguna, but I am now residing in Lucban, Quezon. I am the owner of the digitalmaria.com. So that is my portfolio website. That is where I um, offer my services to different clients globally. I am an online translator for almost 4 years now. So yung pagiging online translator po is yun yung unang-una kong naging um, freelancing job na I have a proper client. Okay, I am a website developer, a website designer, and a content creator. I am a digital marketing specialist, an e-commerce specialist for professionals and businesses. And recently, I became a DICT certified trainer for Digital Jobs PH program, specifically in the courses of general virtual assistance, social media management, e-commerce for professionals, and e-commerce for businesses. So just to share for a little motivation tungkol sa aking freelancing journey, sinabi din sa introduction ko kanina ni Sir Kevin that I started from scratch. I started with no equipments. I started with no tools, no people connection. That's true. I was a former BPO employee. I work in Manila. So ako ay nagtitake ng calls 8 hours a day. I travel 2 hours a day. I am away from my family. So nung napagod na ako, I decided to go back to the province. So kasama ko yung partner ko actually. Bumalik na kami ng province and wala kaming savings. Talagang wala kaming naipon because hindi naman ganun kalakihan yung sahod namin nung nag-BPO pa kami. So, nung nag-decide kami na bumalik sa province, hindi ulit namin alam kung saan kami magsisimula. But, nag-try ulit kami kasi hindi naman kami pwedeng walang trabaho. Nag-try kaming mag-apply sa isang local BPO in Lucena City. I was hired as a team supervisor for a sales account for an electric provider in Pennsylvania. But that did not last long because I was underpaid. So imagine for 15 days, I was only paid for 1,500 pesos. I was traveling every day from Lucban, Quezon to Lucena City. Namamasahe ka, kumakain ka, and of course, you have to pay the bill. So hindi talaga enough. Now, in Lucena City, nagkaroon kami ng friends, of course. Those friends introduced us the web-based type of jobs like transcription jobs and call review jobs. Yun yung mag-a-apply kayo sa website and then yung mga magiging trabaho nyo is from the website din. Dun sa mga admin ng website sila yung mag-aayos ng trabaho. So kung ano lang yung available, yun lang yung matatrabaho nyo and the pay is not that high because you don't have a proper client. You're technically working for the website. You know, so dun kami nag-start. Nagka-transcribe kami, subtitling, nagsasubtitle kami. Nagko-call reviews kami, chine-check namin kung tama ba yung mga names na binabanggit doon sa mga calls ng mga agents. So, ganun yung mga trabaho namin. Cents lang yung bayad sa amin in dollars. But it's still not enough. That's when tapos nagtatrabaho pa kami sa PisoNet. Wala kasi kaming computer, wala kaming internet sa bahay. So, nagpipisonet lang kami. So, 12 pesos per hour ata yun. And yung goal lang namin talaga nun is mabawi kung ano yung binabayad namin sa PisoNet. Then, sabi namin hindi naman pwedeng laging ganito. So, we decided to humiram ng pera sa isang lending company, which I don't suggest because napakahirap po magbayad ng utang. So, humiram kami ng amount of 9,000 pesos. 7,000 of it, binili namin ng refurbished na CPU. Refurbished siya, ibig sabihin na gamit na parang inayos lang ulit para mapakinabangan. We have lumang monitor, meron kaming keyboard and mouse na luma, may AVR na luma, and yung the rest dun sa 9,000, pinapakabit namin ng internet. So, pinurso pa rin namin yung web-based na trabaho. But, ang goal kasi namin is to have a proper client. So, we need to research. By that time, 2017, as for me and as for my location that time, hindi pa masyadong established yung term as a freelancer. Hindi pa masyadong established yung industry ng on being an online professional. So, napakahirap maghanap ng connection. Mahirap maghanap kung saan ka matututo. And we started from scratch. Lahat talaga ng reviews sa YouTube, lahat ng tutorials, lahat ng classes, inenrollan namin until one day in Facebook, we saw a job post. Somebody tagged us on that job post. I still thank you until now because that opportunity, yung unang-unang opportunity namin with the proper client, which we became a chat support, an online translator for an Australian company who has a business in Japan. Na-turn yung buhay namin upside down. So from walang pera, may savings na kami ngayon, wala kaming utang, and I was able to take care of my kids 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I am in the comfort of my home. I can work anytime I want. I can work anywhere I want. So, you see, ganun kalaki yung opportunity na pwedeng ibigay sa inyo ni online professional industry. So, yan, magsimula na tayo. Because this is not about me. Just a little motivation, So, now, okay. So, what is an online industry? Technically, the internet or the online industry consists of small, medium, and big companies or individuals that provide a wide variety of products and services, primarily online through their websites. Operations include, but are not limited to, search engines, retailers, travel, services, etc. Products or service offerings vary widely within the industry. So in simple terms, online industry is technically what you see on the internet. Yun na yun. Lazada, Shopee, the social media engines or the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and si TikTok kasama na siya ngayon because napakalaki ng market ni TikTok ngayon. So that's basically it. It is. Yun na yun. So the next one, what is an online professional? So an online professional is a person who offers his or her products, skills, and services online to different clients at his or her terms. So not technically na parang 100% it's on your term, okay? Because when you were trying to negotiate with the client, of course, may say din si client, may demand din si client kasi ikaw yung nag-a-apply. So mayroon siyang kailangang services from you. But in freelancing kasi, you always have the right to say something. Parang, unlike when you're working in a company, kung anong binigay nila sa'yo, gagawin mo because you're an employee. But when you're an online professional, you are working with a client. You are not working for, that's a different idea, that's a different perspective. You are working with a client. So you are helping your client in whatever business they have na maging successful on what services na kaya mong i-offer sa kanila, 'di ba? A person working with different clients rather than being permanently employed by one company. So the good thing about being an online freelancer is hindi ka mapapako sa isang client. Just as long as you have the skills, which is very important in freelancing, pwede kang mag-work with different clients. Like me, I was able to work with different clients one time. Parang sa isang buwan or in a span of 6 months, I was working with different clients. I was working with the Russian client, I was working with the Japanese client, I was working with an Australian client. So I can do that simultaneously because wala naman akong parang sinusunod na 8-hour shift na kailangan nandun ako, naka-login ako, or dapat physically present ako. So, napaka-flexible. And an online professional is a person who can offer multiple services to different clients globally. So in the online professional industry, you always have a room to grow. You always have chances to improve and upgrade your skills. Because the more skills you have, mas magiging mataas yung rates mo. Mas magiging mataas yung pwede mong kitain. Like for example, I started as an online translator. But through the years, na nakikita ko na nag-evolve na, lumalaki na, I studied social media marketing and advertising, sponsored by the ICT Sampaloc, Quezon. Nandito sila ngayon, magandang hapon po. Sila ang nag-launch noon last year lang. Although I already know the job, I still want to know more about it, And then I also studied web designing, web development, content writing, copywriting, and e-commerce. Okay? Because the more skills you have, the chances na mas madami kang trabahong pwedeng apply. Okay? So the other one is a person who works at his or her own pace. So at this one, depende po ito ha. Depende ito sa magiging kontrata nyo sa inyong kliyente or sa magiging usap nyo ni client or sa requirements na pinost ni client. For example, the first time that I had a client, it is a full-time job. So I was working 8 hours a day. 8 hours a day. Meron akong si client meron siyang binigay na oras talaga ng shift. So for me, it was a rotational shift. It's 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., 4 p.m. to 12 midnight, and 12 midnight to 8 a.m. So umiikot siya sa buong team members. So hindi siya consistent. But if you're going to apply for a project-based job or a flexi-time job, then you can work at your own pace, just as long as you can finish the job when it is due. Yun. Kung kailan yung deadline, kailangan punctual tayo kay client na di-deliver natin kung ano yung gusto niya. Nabibigay natin kung ano yung gusto niya. Because in online freelancing or online professional industry, we are paid very well. Yun. And an online professional is a person who has freedom to choose what projects to work for and where to work. Because ikaw yung mag-a-apply ng trabaho. Ikaw mag-a-apply. I will be discussing that later. So there would be platforms that you'd be applying to and you will see like para siyang Facebook na may news feed na nandun lahat yung job postings na dun ka mag-a-apply. So you have your own freedom to choose ano bang gusto kong trabaho? Ano ba yung trabaho na sa tingin ko ma-enjoy ko? Ano ba sa tingin ko yung gusto kong trabaho na mamahalin ko? At ano ba yung trabaho na syempre mapoprovide yung pangangailangan ko at ng pamilya ko? So, and you also have a freedom to choose where to work. Because may laptop ka, may internet ka, you can go anywhere. Like us, before pandemic, we used to travel a lot as a family because I have 2 kids. We used to travel a lot because syempre, masaya din i-enjoy yung perks na you get to bring your job with you. You bring your work with you. Diba? May laptop ka lang, may Wifi dun sa pupuntahan mo or meron kang pocket Wifi and then you're good to go. Okay? So, okay. Let's go to the equipment requirements. Okay, so again, disclaimer po, this is my personal opinion and upon research then through the years of experience, okay? Okay, so the number one requirement is a desktop or a laptop. There would be times that you will see in the job description or the job posting of the client that they require an specific specifications of the laptop. For example, if you're going to be web designing or graphics designing, video editing, that requires a higher brand, high end laptops, okay, high end desktops. But if you're going to do or to focus on data encoding, bookkeeping, um, minimal calls, then I think a lower end laptop can do. But parang yung standard na parang nakikita ko or na-try namin is IT, the processor should be i3 and above. Okay? Especially when it comes to ESL, if you're going to apply as an online teacher, English as a second language teacher, meron talaga silang specific na parang specifications ni laptop or desktop na gusto nila, na chine-check nila. I think it's i5 or i3 and above then the RAM should be at least 8 gig. Then there's also a specification for camera and the headset. So just to be safe, wag tayong mag-settle sa dual core dun sa mga mas mababa sa i3. Tapos, the RAM should at least be 4 gig. Okay? Desktop and laptop should at least be 4 gig. Madaming nagtatanong. Actually, pag punta natin ng Facebook, madaming nagtatanong, pwede po bang gamitin ang cellphone if you are doing an online job? Personally, my answer is no. Because I believe that walang kahit anong cellphone ang kayang gumawa ng job or online professional jobs na kayang gawin ni desktop or ni laptop. And napakahirap because how would you design a website or develop a website through cell phone? So you really need a desktop. Or if you're going to be a general virtual assistant, napakahirap mag-type sa cell phone, right? So I think it's not really possible. Okay, so bawal po ang cellphone. Okay? So as I've said, hindi mo naman kailangan bumili agad ng mahal. Kami nga nag-start kami, refurbished lang yung CPU namin, halagang 7,000. That's already i5. Parang 7th gen ata yung sa amin nun. Yun, 7,000 pesos. Yun, kaya lang nga, syempre, kailangan din talaga nating mag-invest. But no, no worries, hindi naman kayo minamadali. Okay? You take your time. Okay? The other one is a wired internet connection. So bakit wired? May Wi-Fi na. Sa akin kasi, mas stable kasi yung connection when when your desktop or your laptop is connected sa wired. Kumbaga, naka-wire siya. Kasi pag Wi-Fi kasi, pag umalis ka or nag-change ka ng location sa bahay, there is a possibility na hindi naabot. Okay, unless madami talaga kayong router sa bahay or madami kayong internet connection sa bahay. But there are certain clients na chine-check talaga nila sa specifications ng inyong computer na wired yung internet nyo. The speed, at least 5 Mbps for me. For you to be able to work properly, at least 5 Mbps. Okay? Another one is a working headset. So, syempre headset na nga siya, may mic na siya. Kasi pag headphones, parang fun fact, ang headphones kasi walang mic. So, unless ang trabaho mo is transcription, then you don't need the mic. Pero syempre, paano mo kakausapin si client? You need the mic. So, it's a working headset. Okay, does not necessarily high-end agad na mahal agad. Because yung pinakamaganda for me na nakita ko online or nagamit namin online na headset is the Asus Strix Go. Hindi po ito sponsored. Hindi po siya sponsored. The Asus, it's around 7,300 or 400 in Lazada. But nung nagsisimula pa lang kami until now, buhay pa yung headset na yon. It's parang 499 pesos. Sa Pandayan Bookshop lang namin siya binili. So 499 pesos. Parang 2 years ko ata siyang ginamit kasi working naman siya, maayos naman siya. May mic naman siya and naririnig ko naman na maayos yung client. So you don't need to buy high-end agad sa una pa lang. Okay? Now, webcam. Why is it important? Kasi isa siyang way, especially in the interviews, isa siyang way para you can see through your clients. Parang you can see the gestures, parang na-analyze nyo agad paano siya gumalaw. And number one talaga is, yan kasi yung safety net nyo na makita niyo yung mukha ni client, iwas scam. Napakadaming scam na talamak ngayon when it comes to online freelancing. Okay? Or online professional industry. Napakatalamak kasi lumalaki na. So, dumadami na rin yung mga nang-scam. So, isa to sa parang magiging safety net nyo na makita nyo and you ask for permission to record the session for you to be able to go back and review what you have discussed. Okay? Webcams in the laptop are fine kasi built-in na naman yun eh. But if you were going to apply for a job that requires video conferences like ESL, you need at least 720 pixels or what a specific camera does the agency requires. So sila talaga kasi yung very technical when it comes to the equipments because you are always presenting yourself in front of the camera. You are always talking to your students. So they are very specific. Now, these are the optional requirements. I highly suggested these requirements, or I mean these equipments, if you already have a budget. Kasi ito namang mga gamit na to, hindi rin namin agad nabili. Okay? Nung lang nagpupundar na kami isa-isa ng gamit namin, ng pwede namin idagdag, saka lang namin siya nabili. Okay. So, number one is a power bank. Power bank. Very important because meron kasing mga clients na hindi nila kino-consider the fact na halimbawa nagka-brownout sa inyo and you would not be able to work. Okay? So, we use the power bank para saksakan ng mga Wi-Fi routers namin for cell phones. Kasi hindi pa kami gumagamit ng power bank for laptop. So, for cell phones and for the Wi-Fi routers. So, again, this is optional ha. Okay? The other one is an alternative power source or uninterruptible power supply. Excuse me. So, it's a UPS. Yung UPS namin, ginagamit namin as an AVR. So, bakit pa siya mahalaga? For example, nagwo-work ka using your desktop and biglang namatay yung kuryente. So, pag namatay yung kuryente, there would be a possibility that what you're working during namatay yung kuryente is hindi mo na masasave. So, baka umulit ka sa una or kung namatay yung kuryente, you would not be able to continue to work and the client would see it. 'Di ba? So, si UPS kasi, pag namatay yung kuryente, makakapag-work ka pa din, dun, depende sa, kasi niya, sa watts. So, for example, yung gamit namin, tumatagal pa siya ng 2 hours. So, pag namatayan kami ng kuryente, hindi agad-agad mamamatay si computer. Iwas sira din siya ng mga gamit nyo. Iwas sira din ng CPU, iwas sira ng monitor. So, hindi agad siya mamamatay. I will be able to work for the next 2 hours. I will be able to work for dun sa tinatrabaho ko, right? During nung namatay yung kuryente. So, again, optional pa lang naman siya. Okay? Maganda rin si UPS kasi pwede nyo rin siyang saksakan ng cellphones, pwede nyo saksakan ng, kami nasasaksak naman yung electric fan namin, and pwede nyo rin siyang saksakan ng router. Okay? The other one is a pocket Wi-Fi or a portable Wi-Fi. I chose this specific, hindi yung brand ha, pero yung type ng Wi-Fi, yung pocket Wi-Fi, kasi pwede siyang i-charge sa power bank. So, ang gusto ko kasing iparating is you need a backup internet na hindi kailangan ng electricity para gumana. 'Di ba? Para Kung magta-travel kayo, pwede nyo siyang dalhin in case dun sa pupuntahan nyo, walang internet, you can still work. Okay? So the next one is, let's go to the work ethics and right mindset. So guys, makinig kayo kasi this is one of your foundation, parang foundation mindset na natutunan ko din siya all over the years and right before starting my online professional journey. So this is not in chronological order, but when I hear the word online professional industry or being a freelancer, the first word that comes to my mind is you need to be committed. Commitment, and you need to be committed. Okay? Ay sasabihin ko yung totoo, the journey would not be easy, especially if you're a newbie. You're a newbie trying to learn the skill, trying to learn the industry. It would not be easy. But I will assure you that it is worth it. You have to be 100% committed in putting your effort in starting in freelancing for you to be able to be a successful freelancer. Kailangan yung focus mo, yung determination mo para matuto, magawa yung trabaho is nandun. So, yon, napaka-importante ng commitment. Siguro sa kahit ano namang trabaho, whether be it in office, whether be it in real life, dun sa mga buhay natin, di ba? Sa mga relationship natin. If you are committed and then, di ba, maa-appreciate ka ng tao na binigyan mo ng commitment. Di ba? Yon. So, the next one is the can-do attitude. So, you should have this mindset that before you say you cannot do something, you will try it first with 101% of your effort. So, nung nag-apply kasi ako as a translator, hindi ako ganon kalalim yung pagkakaintindi sa language ng Nihongo. So, I have to relearn. But it is not easy because it's really different from kung ano yung kinalakihan natin kasi syempre language siya ng ibang bansa. So, when I was starting to relearn, parang nag-start ulit ako sa simula. Parang ang iniisip ko nun, kaya ko pa ba? Kaya ko pa kayang mag-aral ulit? Kaya ko pa ba itong pag-aralan pa? But, hindi kasi ako sumuko. Sabi ko nun, kailangan ko talaga yung trabaho. So, I need to do this. I need to learn. So, in any aspects, lalo na sa freelancing, because this would be a long journey, this would be a big journey for you. You should always have the can-do attitude. You should spread the positivity. Diba? Na parang, kaya ko yan. Kasi gagawin ko naman yung 101% ko para magawa, para matutunan. So, kasi naniniwala ako dun pag you try your best and you follow instructions, you give your best, at magagawa mo yun. Magiging successful ka sa bagay na yun. Okay? Next one is you need to be an ending learner. So, in being an online professional, you need to be a lifelong learner. So when it comes to freelancing, because we are in an industry that involves technology. So alam naman natin yan, ang technology halos every month, every day nag-update. For example, today, yung version natin ni Facebook, 8. Parang 1 week after, 1 month after, meron ng 8.1. You know, nag-update yung industry kung saan tayo nandun. Plus, if you want to be a successful freelancer and an all-around online professional, what do I mean by an all-around online professional? Meaning you have multiple skills, you have multiple services that you can offer. Like you can do web designing, you can do web development, you can put a shop in an e-commerce store, you can create good graphics, you can edit videos, then you are an all-around online professional. When it comes to being a successful online professional, you really need to train. You really need to learn. And you really need to study over and over again. Because for you to be able to adapt to the changes that would be happening, lalo na ngayon, sobrang lumalaki na. Since in these trying times during the pandemic, na-encourage tayong lahat na mag-work online, mag-work from home. So lumaki talaga yung industriya ng online professional industry. So you need to learn, you need to have this mindset that I am an unending learner. I am a lifelong learner. Okay? The next one is you need to be patient. Um, hindi kami agad nagkaroon ng proper client. I think inabot kami ng 3 buwan. Pag-apply, pag-iisip, pagmumuni-muni, inabot kami ng 3 buwan. Pero hindi kami sumuko. Sabi nga dito sa graphics, good things take time. And yung alam natin na kasabihan, good things comes to those who wait. Diba? You need to be patient. If you really want to be a successful freelancer or an online professional, you need to be patient with the time that you need to allocate in learning the skills or applying to the freelancer platforms because marami tayong kalaban. Kahit kami na kiniklaim namin na marami na din kaming alam since with the experience that we have, hindi rin kami yung 100% na pag nag-apply sa isang trabaho, alam namin na kami agad. Kasi madaming nakakakita ng work and there are a lot of good online professionals out there. So you really need to be patient in allocating your time, your effort to learn a skill. Okay? To learn the skills, to learn the industry. Okay? So you need to be patient. Other one is you need to be punctual. So since you'd be working with different nationalities, okay? Hindi nag-exist sa kanila yung Filipino time. So, for example, with the Japanese people, the Russian people, and the Australian people, they are really strict when it comes to time. If your shift starts at 8 a.m., you need to be logged in at 7:59 a.m. Okay? Kailangan kita na nila na online ka, na ready na yung logins mo, ipapress mo na lang. Diba? Ganun sila kahigpit. So this is actually a form of respect. Being punctual during your interviews, during the submission of your work, you need to be punctual because you are being paid. And the client is expecting something from you. And you are also, you need also something from them. Okay, so you need to be on time. The other one is you need to be a team player. So you should know how to associate, blend in, and socialize with different kinds of people. There is a possibility that you'd be working with different nationalities, so respect is a must. So you need to makisama. Kailangan maalam ka ding makisama. Although the form of communication would just be on video, on chats, or an email, you should know how to use the right terms, the right words, and you should also know how to respect them. Paano ba sila magtrabaho, paano ba sila magsalita. Okay? Kailangan meron kayong pagtagpuan na isang gitna kung saan doon kayo magkakaintindihan. Okay? Next one is you can work alone with minimal supervision because you'd be spending most of your time working alone. So you need to maximize the time that you are given in working alone. So for you to be able to find the answers on your own, if you have questions, for example, meron kang na-encounter while you are working na hindi mo alam. So you should be able to answer them alone. Okay? You should be ang reason nun is hinire ka ni client because the client knows that you are the master of that craft. So you should be able to maximize your resources. You should be able to find the answers online, and you should be able to find the answers on your own unless yung kailangan mong details is kailangan i-provide ni client. But if it is about your niche or your specialization or what you are doing, then you really need to research about it. Okay? Kung hindi mo siya alam. The other one is, this is very important kasi sabi ko lang, be resourceful. Since you're working alone most of the time and there is a limited time that you can ask your peers if you have, for example, meron kang mga teammates or you are working with a company or you're working with a client with a company, then you'd be introduced with your peers or your colleagues. So Meron siyempre limited time lang na makakapagtanong ka sa kanila. So for example, yung oras ng pasok nila is 8 AM to 5 PM. Eh di, yun lang yung time na makakapagtanong ka sa kanila. Eh ang shift mo is, for example, 6 PM to 12 midnight, right? So hindi mo na sila matatanong. You need to be resourceful. You should know how to search for the solutions. If you ever have encountered a problem during your shift or the duration of your work, you should be able to provide answers to your own questions. Okay? Kasi hindi most of the time you'd be able to ask ng mga tanong with regards to work sa inyong mga peers or sa inyong mga colleagues. Kung meron kayo, lalo na kung wala. So, solo kayo. So, you need to be resourceful. Search the internet, si Google ang ating best friend. O, diba? Yun. Other one is dedicate. You need to be a dedicated person. So dedication comes along with commitment. Para yan silang magkapatid. In order for you to be successful in being an online professional, you should dedicate your time and effort learning the industry because this is a very big industry. Now, it will take time, but lagi ko nga sinasabi sa mga natuturuan ko, sa mga nakakausap ko, na this will be, your journey in learning would be worth it. Lalo na kung newbie po kayo, your journey would be worth it. Now, no, hindi pa pala. So, you have to be, the last one is you have to be open-minded, okay? So, since there is a possibility nga na you'd be working with different nationalities, you have to be open-minded in what their beliefs are, especially when it comes to work, okay? You have to be open-minded on paano sila magtrabaho. You should also be open-minded when you receive rejections or criticisms. Kasi hindi naman all the time compliments yung ating makukuha. Like for example, when I started working in just 1 month or the first 3 months, naka-receive na agad ako ng report from the client that I have an error. But I take it as a constructive criticism. I take it as an advantage para the next time that magtatrabaho ako, kung ano yung pinoint out ni client na mali ko, hindi ko na siya gagawin. Hindi ko na siya, kumbaga, mai-improve ko na. So take it as an advantage for you to be able to improve your work the next time. Okay? So, ayan. This is one of the most exciting parts. So, I will share to you the online professional starter bundle. So this is the process on how paano kayo mag-a-apply ng trabaho and paano kayo makakakuha ng kliyente. Plus, dito ko i-discuss yung tips na parang na-earn ko for my almost 4 years of experience. Yan. Okay, so number 1 is the awareness phase. So you need to answer these questions. Okay. Number 1 is, what is freelancing? Why do I want to start my career in the online industry? What is my goal? And what should I need to do to achieve my goal or goals? So you should be aware of what you are putting yourself into. Okay? Dapat alam nyo, ano ba yung freelancing? Ano ba yung online professional industry? Ano ba yung online industry? Ano ba itong papasukin ko? Because mahirap pumasok sa isang laban na hindi mo naman alam kung anong klaseng laban yun. Yun ba ay boxing? Yun ba ay chess? Or kung ano-ano pa. So you really need to know kung ano ba yung mechanics dun sa loob ng larong yun. You know, or ano ba yung gagawin ko sa loob ng industriyang yon. Number 2, you should know the reasons. You should be aware of the reasons. Why do you want to start working from home and be an online professional? Bakit mo ba gusto na maging online professional? Is it because you're a mom like me na ang hirap mawalay sa anak? Is it isa ka bang anak na you need to take care of your parents? Or napapagod ka na ba na magbiyahe araw-araw? Or gusto mo ba na mag-earn ng dollars at the comfort of your home? Okay? So you need to know the reasons. Then you should also know your goal and the ways that you have to do to achieve and accomplish those goals. So you really need to write it down. ano ba yung goal ko? Pagpasok ko ng freelancing na industriya, ano ba yung dapat kong unang gawin? Ano ba yung gusto kong gawin? Ano ba yung tinutumbok ko? So, syempre, your goal is to be a successful freelancer. For newbies, of course, yung short-term goal nyo is to earn a skill. Diba? Gusto kong matuto ng isang skill. If meron ka na namang skill like your previous career, you are in the BPO, or in your previous career, isa kang accountant, and then pagpasok mo ng industriya ng freelancing, okay, maghahanap ako ng job post na related sa previous career ko kasi mayroon na akong foundation skill eh. Di ba? So, ganun siya. The next step is you need to identify your strengths. So, many would say, ang corny naman, parang ililista ko pa ba yan eh, alam ko na yan. Well, so ito yung parang, di ba, jot down a list of your hobbies, talents, compliments that you hear from your families and friends. Jot down the achievements that you successfully gained through years. So this is very important for me because it will prove, while jotting down the notes or jotting down your hobbies, your talents, and compliments, dun yung mapapatunayan na you really know yourself as a person. And you know how other people see you. Ano bang tingin nila sa'yo? Ikaw ba ay creative? Magaling ka ba magpinta? Magaling ka ba mag-drawing? Magaling ka bang speaker? Are you a good communicator? Magaling ka ba mag-edit ng videos, etc.? Being aware of your strengths can be an advantage for you. Especially pag nagde-decide na kayo dun sa specialization na pagpo-focusan nyo. Kasi doon nyo din ibabase yung magiging desisyon nyo kung anong trabaho ba yung papasukin nyo sa online professional industry. Okay? So, the next one is you identify your soft skills. Okay? Ano ba yung mga soft skills na tinatawag? Also known as common skills or core skills. Skills that enable you to fit in the workplace. So, this includes your personality, your attitude, flexibility, motivation, manners, and the personality traits that makes you valuable to your company or clients. For me, personally, when it comes to work, attitude comes first before skills. Why? Because the attitude of a person or his or her behavior towards work and towards oneself is something that is innate to us. Nasa atin na kasi yun eh, kinalakihan na natin, ugali na natin, behavior natin, manners na natin yun. Thus, if we have something negative on our soft skills or dun sa kinagawa natin, it would be really hard to change. For example, if you are, ako kasi, procrastinator kasi ako. So, I tend to, mamaya na yan, kaya ko naman yan. Kaya ko naman tapusin yan. O, in 3 hours, kaya kong tapusin yan. Pero wag ka, pag naandyan na, malapit na ang deadline, saka ako nagka-cram. So that is something na I need to develop. That is something that I need to work into. And I am in progress. I am in progress now when it comes to my procrastination. Okay? Kaya mas pinipili ko yung mga flexi time. Because I really want to enjoy the perks of working from home in flexi time. Pero hindi po ako tamad ha. Hindi po ako tamad. Okay? So, soft skills are important because it is something that should have come from you. Okay? Galing sa atin yon. And not from others. Okay? It should be something that you learned through yourself, through self-realization and self-development. Okay, so mostly this is attitude, your behavior, your manners, your work ethics. So ito yun. So you identify what are your soft skills. Are you creative like that? Are you attentive to details? Keen observer ka ba? Magaling ka ba magsalita? Or magaling ka ba makipag-socialize sa ibang tao? So those are the soft skills. Are you a team player? Or you can work alone, kayang-kaya mo bang magtrabaho mag-isa, ganun. The next one is, of course, you need also to identify your hard skills. So hard skills, also known as the technical skills. So these are the learned abilities acquired and enhanced through practice, repetition, and education. So teachable abilities or skill sets that are easily measurable. technical abilities that fit the job, or include the expertise necessary for an individual to successfully do the job specifics, and are typically listed in job postings and job descriptions. So dito na papasok yung mga technical na skills mo. Ano ba yon? For example, ito nakikita niyo ba to? This is the logo of WordPress. Kaya mo bang mag-develop ng website? Kaya mo bang gumawa ng website through WordPress? Kaya mo bang gumawa ng contents at i-post ito sa social media marketing or sa social media channels? Kaya mo bang mag-put up ng online store in the e-commerce platform? Are you an accountant? Kaya mo bang mag-bookkeeping? Magaling ka ba sa Excel? Magaling ka ba sa word processing softwares? Yun yung mga technical skills. Yun yung mga hard skills. But this is a reminder, okay? Just not because you don't have any hard skills right now doesn't mean that you have no chances on being an online professional. Again, attitude comes first before skills. Okay? Because yung personal na dahilan ko doon is hard skills or technical skills can be learned. As I've said, through practice, repetition, and education. It can be mastered through time and proper education. So anyone who is willing to learn, who is committed to learn, will be able to have the hard skill, right? Basta committed ka naman, di ba? Basta gusto mo yung ginagawa mo. Basta gusto mong matuto, yung willingness mong matuto nandun, there is a possibility that you'll master the craft. Okay? Next one is integrate and balance the hard skills and the soft skills. Okay? So, syempre, kailangan mo siyang pagtugmain. Kung meron ka ng hard skill at meron kang soft skill, kailangan mo siyang i-meet sa middle. Saan ba ako itutumbok nito? Saan ko ba pwedeng dalin yung hard skill ko gamit yung soft skill ko? So, you have to research for job opportunities using your soft skills that can be related to your hard skills. Take time to think of what soft skill do you have and how you can effectively use it with the hard skill that you have. I will give you an example para maintindihan nyo. Okay. For example, you are detail-oriented. So, ang pwede mong maging trabaho in the online professional industry is you can be a virtual assistant. You can be a bookkeeper who works on numbers and management of accounts. Diba? If you are vocal, you are an outgoing speaker, you can be a recruiter. You can be an appointment setter or you can be a blogger. Ang vlogger kasi freelancing din yan eh. If you're creative, you're artistic, you like to draw, you like to design, you can be a graphics designer. You can be a web designer, an animator, or a video editor. You can learn all of that. Good written communication, you can be a content writer, an article writer, a copywriter, or a translator like me. So good oral communication skills, you can be an ESL teacher or a customer service. So you need to meet in the middle. Or for example, I have a soft skill. I am vocal. I am an outgoing speaker, but I don't still have the hard skill. So this will be a guide. While researching, you'll see, para ba sa soft skill ko na vocal and outgoing speaker, ano ba yung mga pwede kong maging trabaho? So, lalabas yon and pipili ka doon, syempre. Ano ba dito yung ma-enjoy ko? Ma-enjoy ko bang maging appointment setter? Yung tatawag ako sa mga kliyente at isiset ko sila ng appointment sa business. Okay? Gusto ko bang maging vlogger? Gusto ko bang i-document ang araw-araw kong buhay or kung saan ako interesado? I can be a recruiter who interviews people para sa aking kliyente para maging part ng aming kumpanya. You know, that's how it goes. Okay? The next one is, this is very important because marami sa inyo ang naguguluhan pa din. Saan ba ako magsisimula? Ano ba yung mga kailangan kong matutunan? Through my years of experience, these are the skills that I found really important when you decide to go on online professional industry. Number one is a good English communication skill. Why? Because you'd be working first, you'd be working with different people. You'd be working with different companies, different clients all around the globe. hindi naman sila nakakaintindi ng Tagalog. So, the English communication skill can be learned. Okay? Actually, we are very blessed in the Philippines because when we are still young, toddler years, kinder, elementary, high school and college, we have this subject, English. Meron tayong subject na English. What I see ay ang mga Pilipino kasi, yung confidence level nila in speaking in English is hindi ganon kataas. Because we are always afraid to make mistakes. You know, there's no perfect English. I myself, I am a copywriter. I do content marketing. I use tools. There are tools available in the market. There are tools available online that you can use for you to be able to correct everything that you write. Okay? So, good English communication skill, hindi nyo dapat katakutan yan. Kasi isa pa din yan sa magiging safety net nyo when talking to your client kasi dyan kayo magkakaintindihan. You don't need to be very proficient. You don't need to be very proficient. Conversational is okay. Just as long as you can understand what your clients are saying, just as long as he or she can understand what you are trying to say or what do you want to express, then it's good to go. You know, you don't need to be super professional when it comes to the communication skill. When yung katakutan yan. The next thing is appointment setting. The common misconception about appointment setting is nagbebenta. Okay? Nagbebenta, kailangan may quota, may sales. Not all the time. Because appointment setting is basically you are simply setting up an appointment for your clients. Mostly, this type of jobs have spills or yun yung tinatawag na script. So this is very nice because when I was in the call center industry, we used to have spills. So dahil paulit-ulit namin siyang sinasabi everyday, thank you for calling, blah, 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 blah. How may I help you today? I was able to develop the accent that I have right now. Okay? The way that I speak in English right now. So yon. The other one is social media admin and CRM. Do you hear me clearly? Press 1 naman, please. Kung nyo ko, naririnig nyo ko. Okay, so social media admin and customer relation management. So this is one of the most in-demand skill right now. This is one of the most in-demand jobs right now because social media is everywhere. Dumadami sila ng dumadami. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, TikTok, kasama na siya ngayon kasi pagpunta nyo ng TikTok, bago may sumayaw-sayaw doon, may ads mo nang lalabas. Diba? Kasama yon sa social media admin. So, it is the cultivation of business social media platform. It is a creation of content from awareness of the brand or yung brand ni client to the decision phase across all the social media channels. So, in simple terms, I will explain it in Tagalog. Pag mag-work kayo with the client that has a retail business, for example, nagtitinda siya ng damit. Okay? So, pag ikaw ang social media admin, kasama sa task mo yung gagawa ka ng graphics. Gagawa ka ng graphics which includes mostly yung products ni customer, yung products ng kliyente natin, and you have to write a product description or the content that should make dapat yung makakakita ng content na yon ay ma-engganyo mo silang bumili. Okay? Na ma-attract mo yung attention nila, magkakaroon ng potential customers si client. So that is basically social media admin. You need to post contents regularly depende kung anong pinag-usapan niyo ni client across all social media platforms. So in the Philippines, there is Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, but hindi pa siya ganoon kasikat. But in the US, yon super sikat siya, LinkedIn and TikTok. Okay? So on being a social media admin, you really have to be good in graphics. You really need to be good in copywriting, and you really have to develop a very good English written skill. Okay? Kasi syempre kailangan yung sinusulat mo doon ng mga product description and content kailangan tama. Yun. So, the other one is Canva. I don't know, are you familiar to Canva? So, ayan, hindi ko kasi siya, ayan. So, Canva is a graphic design platform used to create social media graphics, presentations, posters, documents, and other visual content. And aside from that, it is free to use. So, I will show you Canva, ha? Saglit lang. Yan. Do you see my screen now? Share ko sa inyo kung ano yung Canva. Okay, nakita niyo yung screen ko? No, this is not one. Here's Canva. Okay, this one is Canva. So basically, you can do anything in here. Yan. You can do a presentation, you can do logos, you can do a resume, Instagram post, website, etc. So, andyan lahat. You just hover, you just explore, and nandito na lahat. Napakadaling gumawa ng graphics dito. So, para siyang libreng Adobe. Joke lang, Adobe po na siya. Charot. It is free to use. But there is also the Canva Pro where pwede kayong mag-subscribe and you can use yung mga premium elements sa Canva. Okay, very helpful to. So you need to take this down. I-jot down nyo to kasi kailangan nyo talaga tong matutunan. Okay, so, okay. I'll share again my screen. Okay. So, let's go to copywriting. So, copywriting, ang example ng copywriting, differentiate natin siya from content writing. Copywriting, lagi natin itong nakikita. So, it's technically those kind of writing that we see on ads, that we see on brochures, posters, and what we hear on the script sa mga commercials. So, copywriting, yung purpose niya is for people who sees or who hears yung sinasaad nung ating content, or I mean nung sinulat natin, is to buy. You convince people to take action. You convince people to buy. You convince people to subscribe. Okay? So yun yung mga call to action natin. For example, send us a message, subscribe with your email. Ang pinakakilala na sa tingin ko, ano din kayo, aware din kayo, lagi nyo rin itong nakikita, the one-liner copywriting type, which is the come in where open sa mga business. That is copywriting. Because you are, inaakit mo silang pumasok kayo kasi bukas kami. Okay? Aside from that, you have product descriptions under copywriting. So whatever you write that makes people take action or the call to action itself, that's basically copywriting. Now, copywriting is a high-paying job, I tell you. High-paying job si copywriting. So you are expected to know already web designing, article writing, graphics design, Adobe Photoshop, Canva, and keyword skills. Why keyword skills? Kasi when you are copywriting for a website, there is a skill called search engine optimization. So ginagamitan kasi yun ng keyword. So for your website or your article, your content to be optimized, you need to use the right keywords. Okay? The next one is Shopify. Shopify is a platform where you can build a shop. It's basically a website na pwede kayong gumawa ng sarili nyong website ng inyong tindahan. Okay? Pwede nyo itong i-offer sa mga magiging kliyente nyo. For example, hey, Mr. Client, do you want to build a shop online? We can use Shopify. Okay, this is free. Aside from that, you don't need capital in building your store in Shopify. Why? Because you don't need to buy the products. Hindi mo siya kailangang bilhin talaga ng pera at makakasave ka ng storage. For example, kasi di ba yung sa atin, yung nakasanayan is for you to be able to sell something, you should have a shop, physical shop. You should have storage room para sa mga stocks mo. But in here, it's called, I don't know if you are already familiar with drop shipping. So, ganito siya. I will explain. Listen ha, listen. So, for example, I want to build a shop in Shopify. So, nag-build ako ng shop kay Shopify. Tindahan ng, for example, ng damit. Ngayon, nagawa ko ng website kay Shopify, meron tinatawag na AliExpress, which is another website. This is owned by Alibaba.com, where you can see a lot of suppliers na meron na dong mga produkto na hahayaan ka nila na sige, kumuha ka sa akin, tapos ibenta natin sa iba. But not necessarily mean na kailangan mong kunin physically. Ganito siya. Yung products na yon, bibigyan ka ni AliExpress ng permiso para i-post yung mga products na meron siya sa iyong website. Ngayon, binebenta mo na, may bumili sa'yo. Yung order ngayon ni customer, pupunta sa'yo, i-forward mo lang siya dun sa supplier mo sa AliExpress. Yung supplier mo sa AliExpress, ipaprocess si order directly, ipapadala niya na yung products kay customer. So, ang sistema niya is, ikaw na seller, you go to the supplier, and then, pag may products na, may bibili na, si customer na, bumili si customer, balik ulit sa'yo as a seller, forward mo yung orders ni customer kay supplier, si supplier, directly ipapadala niya na kay customer. So you don't need, hindi mo kailangan ng pera. So I think per percentage kasi yung yung kikitain mo. So the more products that you have in your store, the more chances that you'd have more customers. So you can offer this to your clients. Aside from that, Shopify is a user-friendly. Napakadaling gumawa ng website, drag and drop lang po. Okay? Another one is a website development. So another high-end skill. Okay? So WordPress will be your best friend in here. I don't know if there are website developers in here, but usually when it comes to online professional industry, WordPress ang ginagamit. Okay? There are some clients that requires coding, but not all. Okay? So web development is developing or creating a website for your clients' use, either be it's business or personal, and should be done mostly in WordPress. Okay? So hindi ko siya matakal ng isa-isa ng in broad perspective because this is just basics. Now, if you really want to enroll to the course, I will take time to parang i-promote na din. Abang tayo, like natin yung pages ni DICT Luzon Cluster 2 at ni DICT Quezon for more announcements sa mga darating na digital jobs program na proyekto ng ating gobyerno under Tech4ED. Yan. Another one is, so let's go back to the lesson, ha? Number 7 is you now choose your niche. What is niche? Niche is your specialization. This is where you want to focus into. Okay? You take your time to decide which specialized skill would you like to focus on. Deciding which path to take is very important in this career. So you need to be an expert of one thing first before you can be a rock star online professional. So rockstar online professional is also an all-around professional, okay? So before you become a jack of all trades or an all-around online professional, first, of course, you need to be a master of one. Deciding your niche is very important because, for example, you are a newbie, this will be your foundations. This will be the foundation skill of your career, okay? So you should really assess yourself. You should ask yourself, if ang pipiliin ko ba is social media marketing na niche, will I be satisfied? Will I be happy? Will I be able to grow, which is really important? Or will I love the job? Will it be able to provide the needs that I should provide to my family? Diba? You should assess yourself. Next one is, so this is the skill set. Now, okay? As a part of parang pasasalamat po sa pag-invite sa akin, Sir KJ, Sir Kevin, is it possible that all those people who will answer the post survey, bibigyan ko po ng kopya nitong skill set, plus meron pa akong ibang documents na ibibigay. So, sagutin na lang nila, sir, mamaya. Tuloy muna natin. So, online freelancer skill set and niche. So, these are the possible niche that pwede niyong matutunan. Okay, yan, napakadami. Sobrang dami po talaga. So, hindi ko na siya iisa-isahin. Try natin ha, if possible. If not naman, I will wholeheartedly give it to you guys, okay? Because I really appreciate that you are here, okay? The other one is the salary or rate. So this is an interesting topic, you guys. I know you are waiting for this. Am I right? Sagot naman kayo, press 1. Kung may kausap ako. Ayan, I know you are waiting for this. Okay. When I was starting as a freelancer, thank you sa mga sumagot. Sobrang thank you. So, when I was starting as a freelancer, my starting rate is $4 per hour. So that's, nung time na yon, 200 pesos isang oras. 200 pesos isang oras for 8 hours a day. So technically, kumikita ko noon ng, yung sa full-time job ko lang kumikita ako ng around 40,000 a month, which is really good, lalo na kung taga Lukban, Quezon ka. Napakamura ng bilihin sa Lukban. Okay? So, the salary or rates of your services will always be decided by you and your client. Okay? You always have a say na, hey client, since ito yung services na i-offer ko sa'yo, the best rate that I can offer for you is $8 per hour. Okay? Your rate should justify the amount of the work that you're going to do with your client. And this is where I discuss the importance of experience. Okay? So, one of the greatest mistakes of being an online professional is being picky. Napaka-choosy sa salary, pero hindi naman choosy sa experience. 'Di ba? Do not think of the experience or the experiences that you have as a way to just decorate your resume. Hindi yan dekorasyon sa resume nyo. Rather, take it as an opportunity to learn or upgrade your skill. Don't just settle to the fact that you can put a certain experience in your resume. Or, for example, you attended the training. Don't just settle for the fact that you can just have a certification out of it. Okay? You should be able to appreciate, learn, and execute what you have to learn para ma-earn nyo yung experience na yun. Okay, so I will give you an example of the rates. Again, it depends. Depende sa client, depende sa budget ni client. But the rates could go up to $30 per hour. Okay? $30 to $50 per hour. Lalo na kapag premium yung clients na nakuha nyo, meron talagang willing magbayad ng $50 per hour. Okay? So, salary rate guide. This is from the research. Yan, personal ano lang to ha, personal disclaimer. This is just my personal view, my personal perspective on the rates. Okay? So, yung salary rate guide, pwede niyo siyang magamit para hindi naman kayo maging underpaid. Okay, so for example, website developer, $7 to $12, graphics, 4 to 8, content, $8 per article, and to $18 per article. General virtual assistants, 4 to 6. Social media admin, 4 to 7. Customer support rep, 4 to 8. Data entry, 3 to 6. Shopify expert, 3 to 6. Okay. The freelancer payment option, so napakadali. Kailangan lang mag-sign up kayo kay Payoneer, PayPal, GCash, Paymaya, or you can have your own bank account. So, different platforms, different types ng sinasuggest nila, highly suggested way para makuha niya yung payout nyo, para mabayaran kayo. So, si Payoneer ngayon at si PayPal na, nalilink na siya kay GCash. So, pag nag-sign up kayo kay GCash, meron kayong PayPal, may Payoneer, kung meron kayong card ni GCash, ano nyo, pwede nyo na siyang i-link, pwede nyo na siyang i-withdraw sa GCash nyo. So, converted na yan into Philippine peso. Okay? Now, this is important. Build your resume and online portfolio. Okay? Your resume will be the first ball that you will be shooting on the ring, on the basketball ring of your clients. Ito yung unang balang ipuputok mo sa mga clients mo. So it should create a big impact. It should bring a positive effect. You should wow your client. Like, for example, you're applying for a graphics designer, pakita mo dun sa resume mo na graphic designer ka. 'Di ba? It should show how good you are as a former employee, as a person, how good you are as a person, and how fit are you to do the job that they are offering. So ano pinagkaiba? Ano ba yung freelancer profile? Okay? Freelancer profile is a complete, accurate, and compelling information about your services. So yung freelancer profile, gagawin nyo siya sa mga freelancer platform. In layman's term, ito yung resume or curriculum vitae natin na published online, whether it be sa isang freelancer platform or sa isang website portfolio na ikayo din ang gagawa. So let's go to that. Alam kong iniintay niyo to eh. So, ayan, pasadahan ko lang difference between social media profile and freelancer profile. With social media profile like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, it's for personal use kasi. Like, it makes communication easier despite distance. Message mo lang, DM mo lang, di ba? But in freelancer profile, you are connected to your clients. And it makes the job hiring easier and systematic kasi meron silang system na sinusunod. Depende kung saan freelancer platform kayo mag-a-apply. Okay, now, these are my sample freelancer profiles. So this is my Upwork and this is my online jobs at PH. Okay, now, see the difference? Actually, this new resume that I created using Canva, if you are familiar with Kong TV, yung girlfriend ni Kong TV, si V. Cortez, nag-apply ako sa kanila. Nag-try ako ng luck na mag-apply kay V. Cortez as her social media marketer for the V-Line group of companies. Yan. So, syempre, di ba si V-Line, black and yellow. So, di ba sinunod ko? Bibigay ko yung gusto niya. Bibigay ko yung team niya. So, this is my old resume. So, kayo yung tatanungin ko, this is number 1 and this is number 2. Ano yung sa tingin nyo, kung kayo yung employer, ano sa tingin nyo pag sinubmit ko pagsabay ko siyang sinubmit, alin sa tingin nyo yung mas magugustuhan nyo? Oh, 'di ba yung 2 kasi physical siya, attractive talaga siya. So, guys, this is created in Canva. Okay? Meron doon na mga templates na. You can just hover, explore nyo lang. Okay? Next one. So, ito din, isasend ko din po ito, Sir KJ, Sir Kevin, para dun sa mga umattend ngayon. These are the freelancer platforms. These are the web-based platforms that you can create your freelancer profiles and apply. Okay, so, subok na to. Subok to and legit na to, okay? So, isasend ko to sa inyo lahat because I really like it that you're here. Okay? Hindi ko na siya iisa-isahin na, but let's go to the big 5. So, hindi yan. So, these are the most parang mga kilala sa atin. The Upwork Freelancer, LinkedIn, Online Jobs, Fiverr, 199 Jobs, Top Total, Guru. And for creating your online portfolio, the Wix and strikingly.com. So, let's go. Now, I will discuss the top 5, the big 5. Okay, ito yung mga subok ko na talaga. So, isa-share ko sa inyo Upwork. Upwork is formerly known as Elance Odesk, a global freelancing platform where businesses or individuals connect to conduct business. Napakadaming kliyente dito, napakadaming work opportunities dito. So, what you need to do is just go to upwork.com para kayong mag-create ng Facebook account. That's easy. Sign up kayo doon. And just make sure, parang common sense or basic. Siyempre, pag naglalagay kayo ng mga, nagsasign up kayo, you put your full information, the whole information about you. Diba? Kasi most of the time, kaya nare-reject, kasi nagre-reject ng application for sign up si Upwork. Kasi hindi kumpleto yung inyong information. That is a tip, okay? Kailangan kumpletuhin nyo talaga. Number 2 is onlinejobs.ph. This is user-friendly, a beginner-friendly na freelancer platform. Why? Because your clients would not be shocked if they knew that you are a Filipino. Because that PH siya eh. So mostly talaga, Filipinos ang naandyan sa loob niyan. It is a better platform to start as a newbie, and it doesn't mark up salaries. It provides a simple place to find contact quality workers. Napakadali nito and napakabilis din mag-sign up. If you have a Google account, you can just go and sign up through Google, but you need to comply with the requirements inside. Okay? So, sunod-sunod naman siya eh. Sunod-sunod lang naman doon na mayroong mga steps. Usually, lahat ng freelancer platforms ganun. Meron kayo doon mga tabs na kailangan kumpletuhin yung information. So, kailangan nyo talaga siyang kumpletuhin. Okay? Huwag tayong maging choosy. For us to be able to complete and finish our profiles, then we have to put in the details. Next one is LinkedIn. So, this is like a Facebook. Para siyang Facebook ng mga employers at mga aplikante. Magpo-post ng trabaho, magbi-build ng connections, you can send messages. Like in LinkedIn, you can also sign up through Google, you can also sign up manually. Napakadali, para ka lang gumagawa ng Facebook account. Okay? Another one is freelancer.com. The same with those three that I mentioned before, ganun lang din si freelancer.com. This is an Australian naman to, crowdsourcing marketplace website which allows potential employers to post jobs that freelancers can then bid to compete. So dito nga lang, may bidding na magaganap. For example, may nag-post ng job posting, makikita niyo sa ilalim nun may mga nagbibid. I can offer that service for you for $8. I can offer that service for you for $4. So, don't go low. Don't go that low. Maniwala kayo sa kaya niyong gawin at sa kaya niyong i-offer. Huwag kayong magbibid ng low dahil sa newbie lang kayo, maglo-low lang kayo. No, that's a no-no for me. Because if you're really confident with the skills that you have, that you've learned, you don't need to go that low. Kailangan meron ka din namang dignidad na, uy, pinag-aralan ko yan, alam ko naman yan, bakit ko ibababa yung rate ko? So you need to be standard. Okay? The other one is ang pinakamalaki, Facebook. But you need to be very careful when applying or looking for jobs in Facebook. Why? Because you don't have any moderators. Kung sino yung nag-post ng trabaho, technically yun yung kausap mo. Sila din yung directly magbabayad sa'yo. Nakakatakot in a sense na ang laki kasi ng Facebook eh, and sobrang dami talagang scammers ngayon. So, what you need to do is research about that person. Kung dami account yung nag-post, no na agad yon, X na agad. Aside from that, any job post in Facebook or in any kind na magre-require sa inyo to pay, like you have to pay a deposit of $250 for the tools, it's a no-no. You are the one looking for the job. You are looking for the one na mapagkakakitaan. Bakit kayo yung magbabayad? Dapat sila yung magbabayad sa'yo. It's a no-no, okay? Yung mga registration fee, that's a no-no. That's a scam. Now, yan. Tips in enhancing your profiles in freelancing platforms, you need to complete your profile. Make sure you take the test in the platform, especially in onlinejobs.ph, so your ID proof will go high. If it's possible, connect your social media accounts like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, in your freelancing platforms, because that's pwede yun eh, that's possible. Upload necessary documents like valid IDs for verification. When it is on the website, don't be afraid to upload this valid IDs for verification kasi syempre, gusto lang ng mga freelancing platforms na yun na ma-verify na kayo talaga yun, na kayo talaga yung gumawa ng account. Next one. So, where can I create an online resume or portfolio? So technically, you need to build a website for your work, okay? Para i-promote, para sa inyong portfolio. It is very important for you to build an online portfolio in the form of a website for you to be able to show the clients your work, your achievements, and how good you are in doing your job in the simplest form, which is just sending a link of your website to them. Kasi For example, in onlinejobs.ph, you don't have an option to attach a file. So you cannot attach your resume. So you can just send them the link for them to be able to see what you can offer for them. So you can go with Wix. So it's wix.com. And another one is the strikingly.com. Okay? So napakadali lang gamitin yung mga yan. So isasend ko sa inyo yung link ng aking portfolio website sa yan, nasa group chat na ay nasa chat natin. Pwede niyo siyang i-check. Yan. Yung aking portfolio website sa Strikingly. So that's free. Basically that's just drag and drop. Madaming themes doon na pwede niyo gamitin. Okay? Now, making a cover letter. So for example, what you see is just an email address of the client or the job or yung nag-post ng job. Ang nakita niyo lang is you can send an email to if you're interested. Cover letter is like a love letter. Merong dear, ganyan-ganyan, may body of the letter and respectfully yours. Lovingly yours. Pero syempre in professional way, it's respectfully yours, right? The goal of making a cover letter is giving them a glimpse of what you can offer to them. Make them see your online portfolio and show them how good you are. In making a cover letter, be concise but be powerful. Your cover letter should enumerate all the things that you can do to help your client. I can do Canva. I am a master of Photoshop. I can design your website. I can do web development, etc. And how good you are in doing the job they are offering. It is very important when writing or making a cover letter to use the right words. Siyempre, bigyan nyo ng compliment yung sarili nyo. Brag about yourself. Now, this is a bonus. Okay, so for preparing for the interviews, if you are already in the interview part, syempre, you need to practice your English skills, ha? Then, you need to research about the company. So, if the interviewer would ask you questions that, how did you find us? Do you know what we are doing, what we are offering? Alam mo, di ba? Choosing the right terms, okay? Have a good set of camera and headset. So, interview is not just about them asking questions to you. It's also you asking questions to them. But don't ask them, how much is my salary? Okay? Don't ask your clients na magkano po ba yung sasalduhin ko? Because that's a no-no. Okay? That's a no-no. For me, that's a no-no. You can ask them the details about the job. Like, for how long should I work for you? Do you want me to work for you as long as you need me? Or do we have a certain term? Or like, is this a project base that I'd be working for you for just 3 months? Yan. Okay? So I will also send you the questions that are commonly asked. Okay? Sasama ko din siya dun sa document. Ayan, ha? Dami yung bonus. Diba? Now, pasadahan natin kasi, ayan, para makapag-question and answer tayo. The basic tools in freelancing. So this is in general, okay? No specific niche. This is in general, okay? Online tools, communication tools, storage tools, task organizer tools, time tracker, password management, and the web browser extension that might be of help. Sorry, pumiyok ako. That might be of help for you, okay? So, yeah. Communication tools, very important. Diyan kayo magsisimula, diyan kayo mag-uusap eh. I believe lahat naman tayo may Gmail na, no? Gmail, Zoom, this is where we are talking right now. Skype, okay? Now, for storage cloud tools, Google Drive and Microsoft OneDrive. Why is it important? For us freelancers, meron kasi tayong perks to travel, to work anywhere that we want. So para hindi kumain ng masyadong madaming storage yung mga files na sinesave natin sa ating computers, we can just save it in the Google Drive. Para anywhere tayo pumunta, just as long as there is internet, ma-access natin yung mga files natin. Okay? The other one is task organizer tools. So this is Trello and ClickUp. This is where you can make a board, like you can organize that for task 1, web development for client 1, web development for client 2, social media marketing for client 3, and then you can put the tasks that you need to do para siyang tracker ng progress. And that Trello, yung account nyo sa Trello or yung board nyo sa Trello, pero pwede nyo siyang i-share kay client para matrack din or makita din ni client yung progress nyo dun sa inyong ginagawa. Ganon din si ClickUp. So pares lang sila. Pares lang. Okay? The next one is time tracker tools. Now, if your client wants you to time track your time, like gusto kong malaman kung ilang oras ka ba talaga nagtatrabaho, so this is what you can use. Clockify and Time Doctor. So what you will do is you have to create an account in Clockify and Time Doctor. Pag mag-start na kayo mag-work, click nyo yung timer. Click nyo yung timer. May mag-timer doon. Lagyan nyo lang siya ng parang details like for website number 1, day 1, June, ganyan-ganyan, etc. Start the timer. Pag tapos na kayo magtrabaho, stop the timer. Send it to your client. Okay? The other one is a password management tool. This is very important because there are some clients that don't want to share their passwords to you. Like yung password, for example, yung pangalan ng anak, birthday, hindi talaga nila sinishare. So, in LastPass, it would be able your client to share his account in LastPass without you knowing kung ano ba talaga yung password na nilagay niya doon. So, ma-open mo yung social media account ni client. Kasi minsan, syempre, magpo-post tayo ng mga contents ni client gamit yung personal niyang account. Or for example, VA tayo, kailangan natin i-check yung emails ni client. So, dun papasok si LastPass. Aside from that, being a freelancer, you are exposed to a lot of tools. So, ang hirap mag-memorize ng mga password. And it is not suggested that you have the same password across all the platforms, especially when you're a freelancer. You need to have different passwords. Okay, that's for your own safety. So this is very helpful. This is an extension, Chrome extension. You can download it and install it in your Chrome. So another one is Grammarly. So this is what I'm talking about. I am not a perfect English speaker. I am not a perfect English writer. But this Grammarly helped me a lot. This is free. This check my grammar. This improves my grammar every time I write. Okay, so this is really helpful. Now, I leave you with the words, hard work doesn't guarantee success, but it improves its chances. Okay? So, hindi naman kasi laging nagagaranti na komo magtatrabaho tayo ng mabuti, success agad yung kasunod. You know, sabi ko nga ang dami, kailangan may commitment ka, kailangan dedicated ka, kailangan you're an open-minded, you know, there are a lot of keys to success. So, ang gawin lang natin is mag-focus lang tayo. If we really want to have a job online, then focus on it. Give your 100% on it. 'Di ba? Bigyan natin siya ng attention because guys, I assure you, this will really help you. Not just only financially, pero talagang nakakataas ng moralidad, dignidad na sobrang dami mong alam. You know, when you started learning things, ang sarap sa pakiramdam. You know, so meron po tayong pa-prize. So, magtatanong po ako, ha? Okay? Magtatanong po ako, paunahan na lang po. Okay? So, sabihin niyo lang sa akin kung yes or no. Okay. So, is it possible for you to apply through saan ba? Facebook? Yes or no lang po. Okay. Tag ko na ha, Leia. Leia Perez po yung nauna. Leia, please send me a message about your address and your GCash number. Okay? So, the ICT would be giving 50 pesos for GCash and a flash drive. Okay? So, let's have another 2. Okay? Direct message mo lang sa akin, ha? Kahit dito na lang sa Zoom. Okay? The other one is magbigay ng isang work ethics na kailangan mo as a freelancer. Mindset or work ethics. Okay, Jonathan Bonaobra. Ano ba? Jonathan ba? Bonaobra ba? Tama ba? Galing nyo ha, nakikinig talaga kayo ha. Okay. Jonathan, please send me a message about your address and your GCash number. Okay. Am I correct? Yeah, it's Bonaobra. Okay. So another question is, give me one freelancing platform that you can apply to. Upwork. Maria, ang bilis niyo naman. Okay na. Okay. So, salamat po, DICT, Maria Gracia. Yung una pong sumagot, teka, si Maria Gracia. Maria Gracia lang yung pangalan niya. Please send me a message, your address, and your GCash number. Okay? So, I would like to thank DICT, Sir KJ, Sir Kevin, and the rest of the hosting here. Engineer Antonio Ayaay, Sir Yong, salamat po. DICT Quezon, Luzon Cluster 2, maraming salamat po. Okay. Thank you po.
Thank you very much po, Ms. Maria, for sharing your vast knowledge with us in this today's webinar. Surely, this will help many aspiring online professionals on their careers. So, Ms. Rebecca, let us proceed po for the question and answer from our participants
Yes.
here in Zoom.
Yes, let's do that.
To our participants po, you may use our chat box to ask for questions for Ma'am Maria.
You can use your chat box, guys. Kung meron kayong tanong, I highly encourage na magtanong na kayo. Talaga, kung meron kayong clarification, you know. I'm so touched. Sir Kevin, tanong na. Ako ba magbabasa ng tanong,
Tanong
Sir
po ni
Kev?
Jonathan Bonaobra is, can I train under your leadership daw, ma'am?
I would be very happy, really, if I would be creating a parang a platform where I can teach. I would be really happy. But as of now, I highly encourage all of you to join and abangan po natin yung mga programa ng gobyerno ng DICT Quezon, ng DICT Luzon Cluster 2, especially the Digital Jobs PH program, because that includes a wide variation of courses that you can learn extensively. Those are technical trainings. Abangan po natin yon, okay? Yon. So, pwede niyo naman akong i-message, Sir Jonathan. Kung meron kayong mga clarification, pwede niyo akong add sa Facebook, okay? Add niyo ako sa Facebook. Pwede yon. Yan. Okay.
Next question po is from Giovanni Cortez. Are there
Okay.
any clients who don't pay for jobs completed daw po ba?
Well, it depends kasi. So, it depende yun sa kung paano mo ba na-send si client from the start. But, I think merong instances talaga na meron talagang mga kliyente na hindi nagbabayad. The reason is, for example, hindi nyo na-meet yung kung ano yung pinag-usapan nyo. Then, the client has a right na hindi ka bayaran. But, bakit natin paaabutin? Or for example, yan, the jobs completed, nakumpleto mo yung job. Yes, nakumpleto mo siya. Pero tama ba yung ginawa nating trabaho? Because that is a different perspective. Yes, nakumpleto mo siya, but tama ba siya? Na yung bang nakumpleto mo is yun ba yung nasasaad sa kontrata at sa napag-usapan? Now, that's why the reason why I encourage you all to apply on legitimate freelancing platforms, because those platforms nasala na nila lahat ng mga kliyente na magpo-post ng job. Right? For example, kasi sila yung platforms na yun yung mga mediators natin eh. So, si kliyente actually ganito ang style. Explain ko sa inyo. For example, in Upwork. Isa akong kliyente, I will post a job posting for customer service representative. Magpo-post ako ng job, ilalagay ko for example $7 per hour. Nakakuha na ako ng aplikante or nakapag-hire na ako, mag-hire na ako ng isa. Mayroong down payment na babayaran si client kay Upwork. Yun ay para masigurado ni Upwork na mababayaran tayo. Mababayaran kayong mga aplikante or mababayaran kayong mga na-hire. So that's how it goes. So napakaliit ng tsansa na hindi talaga kayo mabayaran. Do I answer your questions? Nasagot ko ba yung tanong mo, Giovanni? Si Giovanni nga ba siya? Yon. So that's my answer. Okay? And thank you, Giovanni. Are there
Another
any more
question po is
questions?
from Miss Eileen Soriano. Kapag daw
Yes.
po ba si client nagsabi siya na babalikan ka niya, Ilang days po siya pwedeng mag-wait?
Ilang days ka pwede maghintay ikaw as a applicant ba? So, you don't settle for one client. That is what I can suggest. Okay. For example, mag-a-apply ka, huwag kang mag-settle sa isang kliyente. Mag-apply ka lang ng apply. Like for example, in online jobs at PH, you can apply for 10 jobs per day. You can apply to 10 clients per day. So that's a lot. In a span of 30 days, you already have 300 applications. Tingnan ko lang kung wala pang mag-hire sa'yo. Kasi mostly, hindi naman kasi ibig sabihin na sinabi kanya na babalikan ka. Does not necessarily mean that it's a negative. Malay mo, nagka-counter check pa sa'yo, nagba-background checking pa siya sa'yo. So for me, the easiest way for you to assess is wait for at least 3 days. 3 days is enough because it's very easy to apply jobs online. Okay, Aileen, thank you.
Next question po is from Mads Gabion. Are those online jobs applicable for senior high school graduates po or college grad po dapat?
No. Actually, nung nag-start ako as a freelancer, I am an undergraduate. No, ang freelancing po ang nakapagpatapos sa akin pag-aaral. Habang nag-aaral ako, nagtatrabaho po ako. You don't need to be a graduate. You don't need to have a certain diploma para lang makapasok ka ng trabaho. Because mostly, the reason why the freelancing industry, the online professional industry is that big, because it does not require you a lot of educational background, because clients are looking for skills. And as I've said, skills can be learned. Okay? So, anyone can apply. You don't need to be a college graduate, Mads. Thank you.
Next question po is from Leia Perez. Saan po ba mga sites or training centers pwede mag-train for some of the hard skills like copywriting? Meron po ba kayong may suggest na tips paano matututo ng skills na pwede magamit for freelancing?
Okay, so for the training centers, I really don't have a center in mind, because I myself, I enrolled in classes. Leia, ikaw yung nanalo, no? I will send you kung saan ka pwede mag-enroll. I mean, isasend ko na sa inyo lahat. Sasama ko na din sa document. But I highly encourage you all to enroll or maging scholar ng DICT. Dito tayo sa DICT, 'di ba? Kasi sa DICT libre, because most centers that offer skills training, you have to pay. And medyo costly siya, medyo costly. Okay? So, if you want to learn for free, abangan natin ang mga programa ng DICT, specifically the Digital Jobs PH, kasi meron doon copywriting in the digital marketing course. Okay? So, may mga masasuggest po ba kayo na tips paano matuto ng skills na pwede magamit for freelancing? Research. May YouTube tayo. Alam nyo ba, napaka-helpful na din ni YouTube talaga kasi nandun na talaga lahat. Kumbaga parang hindi man siya ganun ka-deep, you'll be able to learn a thing or two. Okay? So, tips paano matuto, you have to focus talaga. You have to spend a lot of time. Like for example, every day, you can spend like 2 hours a day learning a skill. Okay? Thanks, Leia.
Do we have questions pa po ba from our participants?
May
Ayun po.
questions pa po?
From Cindy Caluza po. Ma'am, ask ko lang po, if sana, ano po ba ang SEO content writing? Salamat.
Okay. So SEO and content writing are different skills. Okay. SEO is where you find the exact words that the website needed to be optimized. Okay. You edit the content that you have on your website for your content to be optimized. So that when you search it on Google, lalabas siya sa pages ni Google. Like for example, my website, thedigitalmaria.com. So, meron ako doon article about myself, introduction about myself. So, there are certain keywords. Ang SEO kasi talaga promise pagalingan sa keyword and grammar. Okay, there are certain requirements that you have to follow when it comes to SEO na para ma-approve siya or mag-green light siya. Kasi si SEO kasi pag ginamit niyo siya, meron siyang parang rules na ibibigay sa inyo. You have to comply. Like for example, you have to use these words 4 times. You have to use these words 5 times. So meron ng content, hindi ka gagawa ng content. Okay? Kasi dun sa content, manggagaling yung thought nung parang SEO mo, dun manggagaling yung parang keywords na gagamitin mo to optimize. So i-edit mo lang si content for SEO. Do you get my point? What's the name? Cindy? Okay, thank you. Do we have any more questions? You're welcome.
Another question po from John Arnel Sastrillo. If it is applicable po ba lahat ng freelancer ay dapat skilled, not the attitude?
You know, I already answered it in my presentation. You don't have, hindi mo kailangan ng skills lang. You know, for me, attitude comes first. But of course, hindi naman kasi yung attitude lang yung ating i-offer kay client. Like, we really need to have a skill, 1 skill or 2. Does not necessarily mean naman na kailangan mong aralin lahat. But if you really want to be successful and to be a high-paid freelancer, then you need to learn, you need to study. Yung tanong niya, if it is applicable po ba, lahat ng freelancer ba ay dapat skills? You need to have skills, but you also need to have the attitude. Because if you have skills and you don't have attitude, no one will hire you. I'll assure you that. If you don't have work ethics, but you have skills, no one will hire you. Okay? So, yeah, that's it. Meron pa po tayong tanong. Sagot ko ba, John Arnel Sastrillo? You're welcome.
Do we have questions pa po ba?
May questions pa po? Ayan. Parang wala na, sir.
Mukhang wala na po yata ang tanong, ma'am.
Oo.
So
Parang
maraming
naubos na yung
salamat.
tanong nila.
Okay po. So maraming salamat po sa mga participants na nagtanong at salamat din po kay Miss Maria. Kung wala na pong tanong ay proceed na po tayo. So now we would like to award the certificate of recognition given to Miss Maria Cristina D. Rebenque in grateful recognition of her po yan dapat, invaluable support as resource person during the webinar entitled Developing an ICT Career, the Basic of Building Your Online Professional Career of the Technology Empowerment for Economic Development Program, Department of Information and Communications Technology, Luzon Cluster 2, given this 18th day of June 2021, given by Engineer Reynaldo TC, Regional Director. Paalala lang po ulit, certificates will be provided to those who have attended the full duration of webinar and answered the post-evaluation form. Kapag po fill upan po natin ang ating mga attendance form at post-evaluation form, at makikita po natin ang replay nito sa nakasaad po or nakaproject sa ating mga screens. Next. Ayan po ang ating attendance. Ito po ang ating post-evaluation form na ilalagay ko po sa chat box para po inyong ma-fill upan. Thank you. You may follow us, the ICT, on Facebook, the Department of Information and Communications Technology, the ICT, at the ICT.gov PH, and Department of Information and Communications Technology Luzon Cluster 2 at the ICT.LC2, the ICT Quezon at the ICT.Quezon, and the Tech4ED program Luzon Cluster 2 at Tech4ED.LC2. So to finish off our webinar formally, I'll share a quote by Larry English. Starting with trust and giving employees great autonomy and flexibility allows people to feel independent and empowered while still feeling like a part of something bigger. This leads to a happy by employees with a rich quality of life, which in turn leads to an amazing culture. And with that, maraming salamat po ulit for attending our webinar. sa ating speaker na si Miss Maria, our supervisor, KJ Marquez, and my co-interns, Sir Enrich Quezon and Miss Charis Narciso. Maraming salamat po and have a great day.
Yun. Thank you din. Sir Kevin, excuse lang kay Sir Jonathan
Yes
Bonaobra.
po.
Please send me your complete address po kasi isi-ship po yung flash drive sa address nyo. Tsaka po kay Miss Mary Grace and Daya.
Yes po.
Yan. Okay. Tsaka Sir Kevin, sa'yo ko
Yes,
na din
ma'am.
tatanong. Kasi dun
Apa.
sa mga sasagot ng post-evaluation form, bibigyan ko sila ng document as promised. Send ko na lang sa inyo yung document or okay lang bang kayo na rin
Yes,
yung
ma'am. Yes,
mag-send?
ma'am. No
Okay, sige.
problem po. Apa.
Thank you so much.
Yes po.
Maraming salamat everyone.